David and Goliath, a story of unshakable faith. Have you ever stood in front of a challenge so impossible it made your heart tremble? Perhaps it was a battle you didn't choose, a mountain you didn't ask to climb. Now imagine facing a warrior, a monster of a man, whose shadow alone could swallow your courage. This was the reality of a young shepherd named David, who walked into history with nothing but a sling, a few stones, and unwavering faith. David wasn't a soldier. He wasn't trained for battle. He was the youngest of 8 brothers, a boy with soft hands and a heart for harp strings more than sword handles. Yet his story begins with a war that shook Israel to its core. The Philistines, Israel's bitter enemies, had gathered their army at the Valley of Elah. On one hill stood Israel's frightened army. On the opposite hill, the Philistine forces. Every morning for 40 days, a monstrous figure would step out from the ranks of the Philistines, a giant named Goliath. Goliath towered over 9 feet tall. His armor alone weighed as much as a grown man. His bronze shield glinted under the sun, and his voice thundered across the valley. "Why do you come out and line up for battle? I am Goliath, the champion of the Philistines. Choose a man to come and fight me. If he wins, we will be your servants. But if I overcome him, you will be ours." No one dared to face him, not even King Saul, who was once a mighty warrior. Israel's soldiers quaked in fear. The valley was silent, but the shame was loud. Then there was David. On what seemed like an ordinary morning, his father Jesse called him. "Take this bread and grain to your brothers at the battlefield," he said. David obeyed. He gathered the supplies and set out, not knowing that destiny was waiting. When he reached the camp, he found a discouraged army. The men whispered about Goliath's taunts. David's brothers scoffed at him, annoyed by his arrival. But then David heard the giant shout again, "Give me a man to fight." David watched. His heart burned, not with fear, but with righteous anger. Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? He asked. His eldest brother, Eliab, was furious. "Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those few sheep in the wilderness?" But David's eyes were fixed on a bigger battle. He wasn't just hearing a challenge. He was hearing a blasphemy against God. His spirit wouldn't rest until someone answered it. Word reached King Saul of a young man willing to fight. When David stood before the king, Saul couldn't believe it. "You're only a boy," Saul said, "and Goliath is a seasoned warrior." David replied, "Your servant has killed both lions and bears while tending my father's sheep. The Lord who delivered me from their claws will deliver me from this Philistine." Saul hesitated, then finally gave in. "Go, and may the Lord be with you." He offered David armor, but the weight dragged him down. David shook his head. "I cannot go in these, I am not used to them." He walked toward the battlefield, carrying his shepherd's staff and a sling. Along the way, he stopped and picked 5 smooth stones from a stream, a number not chosen out of doubt, but out of wisdom. As he approached, Goliath laughed, deep, mocking laughter. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" he roared. David didn't flinch. "You come to me with a sword, a spear, and a javelin," he said. "But I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today the Lord will deliver you into my hands." The battle lasted seconds. David reached into his pouch, pulled out a stone, and placed it in the sling. With a practiced motion, he swung it fast and focused. The stone shot through the air like a whisper from God himself. It struck Goliath square in the forehead. The giant faltered. His knees buckled. Then he fell face down on the ground. Silence. Then a roar. Israel surged forward triumphant. The Philistines fled. The impossible had happened through a shepherd boy's faith. David didn't set out to be a legend. He simply trusted God. Where others saw a giant and cowered, he saw a challenge and chose courage. He didn't size up the enemy. He magnified the God who stood with him. From that day, his name became synonymous with victory against all odds. David, the giant slayer, not because of might, but because of faith. Lessons from David and Goliath. Faith over fear. David didn't trust in weapons or armor. His confidence was in God. See beyond the surface. Goliath was big, but David's God was bigger. Speak faith. David declared victory before he even threw the stone. Preparation matters. David had trained by fighting lions and bears when no one was watching. God uses the unexpected. A shepherd boy became a hero because he dared to believe. Your Goliath may not be a towering warrior, but it could be a sickness, a debt, a dream that feels too big, or a voice of doubt. The story of David is proof that God equips those who trust him, even when the world sees them as unqualified. So go into your battles not with fear, but with faith. You never know. The stone in your sling might be the one that topples giants.